With the 2021 free agency over and the 2021 NFL draft passed, it's time for us as fans to start looking toward the new NFL season as we get hyped for things to come with the power ranking lists and making predictions for the regular season. So with that being said, I wanted to see if we could make a prediction today. And that prediction is whether or not the Cleveland Browns will win the AFC North or not this year for 2021-2022. If that's something you're interested in, stick around because that's what we're talking about next. Let's go! Hey, what's up, man? Welcome back to the Sports Sanctuary, where we talk about all things sports all the time. As you can see today for this video, I am not wearing a hat, and that's because my lovely husky puppy decided to rip up a $100 hat that was actually my favorite hat of all of my hats. So I'm doing a silent protest to show her that that's unacceptable, so hopefully she will change her behavior, and then we can be friends again. Also, if you haven't noticed, I'm trying something different with the background here, with the green screen and all that fancy stuff. Let me know down in the comment section if you guys like it. It can stick around. If not, I can go back to what I was doing before with the wood paneling or the Browns flag or whatever. I'm just trying out some different things. With that being said, today's video, we're going to be talking about whether or not the Cleveland Browns will win the AFC North this year for 2021-2022. But before we get into all that, if you haven't done so already and you would like to become a Sports Sanctuary Legionnaire, do me a favor. Go subscribe to the video, turn on notifications so you can get alerted every time I upload some new content, and smash that thumbs up button because it really helps out the channel perform with the YouTube algorithms. Now with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into today's topic, which is whether or not the Cleveland Browns will win the AFC North. And notice I said will and not can, because those are two very different statements. Can the Cleveland Browns win the AFC North? Yes, they can. They have one of the best rosters in the NFL with a new and improved defense coming back with Myles Garrett on one side, free agency signings like John Johnson III, Troy Hill, Jadeveon Clowney, Anthony Walker, just hit the draft and hit Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, got I'm blanking Greg Newsome to go on the other side of Denzel Ward, Grant Delpit, Rodney Harrison, all the guys, man. Everybody coming back that's got a stacked defense. We got the #1 offensive line in terms of pass blocking, run blocking. Got the best running back tandem in football. Got a top 12, top 10 quarterback as it stands right now, poised to have the best year of his career this year coming up. We got some great wide receivers in Jarvis Landry, OBJ, up and coming Donovan Peoples-Jones, hopefully can have a breakout year. Maybe Anthony Schwartz can throw in contribute a touchdown or two here throughout the year. Great tight ends with Hooper and Bryant, and yes, and Njoku when he wants to help out. So right there, yes, we can win the division. Now, the question is, will they win the division, as talking about the Cleveland Browns? And I don't think so. And the reason I think that, not because I think Baltimore is the better team, because that's who I think is going to end up winning this division. Even though I think it's going to be a tight three-way race between the Steelers, the Browns, and the Ravens, I think at the end of the day, the Ravens will place #1, we will place 2, the Steelers will place 3rd. I believe that the Ravens will win because we're going to end up, I think my prediction where I'm going with this right now is I think the Browns and the Ravens are going to end up with kind of an identical record, whether it be 11-6, 12-5, somewhere in that area. And I think the Browns will lose based on a tiebreaker because since we have a whole new and improved defense coming back that's going to probably lack some chemistry in the beginning of the season, I expect the team to drop maybe a game or two that they shouldn't drop just because the defense is new and they're trying to get to know each other. And I think the Ravens will end up beating one or two of those teams. And at the end of the season, when we have an identical record, I think we're just simply going to lose on a tiebreaker. But let's be clear, I think that Cleveland has the better roster on paper as compared to Baltimore. The only thing I think Baltimore has better than Cleveland right now would be their quarterback. And even though I love Baker, you know, Lamar and Baker are pretty similar. They have similar completion percentages. They both have one playoff win, but there are stark differences. Lamar has an MVP. Lamar is a dual threat quarterback who not only can use his arm to kill you, but you also have to worry about him taking off down the field and making a 60-yard touchdown run by himself if you take your eyes off of him. So just because of that, I give them the edge on the quarterback, but I don't think that's going to really make a whole difference as the records go. So right now, Vegas and all them odds makers, they have the Baltimore Ravens favored just a little bit by a slim margin over the Browns to win the division. And like I said, I think that's what will end up happening. I don't really care about winning the division though. And I'm going to tell you why, my reasoning right now. The last 4 AFC North winners have went one and done in the playoffs over the last 4 years straight. Last year, Pittsburgh won the division crown. We beat them in the wild card. The year before that, Baltimore was the division winner. In 2019 to 2020 playoffs, they lost to the Tennessee Titans in the divisional round. The year before that, the Baltimore Ravens won the division again, and they lost in the wild card round to I'm blanking, the Chargers, I believe it was. I think they were San Diego then or Los Angeles. It doesn't matter, it was the Chargers. Then after that, in 2017 to 2018, the Pittsburgh Steelers lost in the divisional round to the Jags. So the last 4 AFC North winners have lost in the first round of the playoffs, and I'm starting to think it's kind of a curse sitting on the winner of the AFC North crown. So I'm really not all that interested in it. As long as we get into the playoffs, I would like to get a first round bye. But honestly, I think byes hurt teams more often than they help them in these playoff times. Like you saw, we almost beat Kansas City last year. They almost lost the year before that to the Texans coming off a bye, but they were able to save their ass barely both times. I feel like byes hurt teams a lot. That extra week off at the end of the year, especially if you're resting players and stuff like the Chiefs were doing, I think that's bad for your team. So I try to stay away from that. I would try to stay away from that if I was coaching the team, And yeah, so that's kind of basically how I feel about it on the breakdown at the end of it. We're gonna end up losing the crown to them on a tiebreaker, but I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think Browns fans should put a whole lot of stock into winning the division. Yeah, it's great for bragging rights, but what good are those bragging rights if we get our asses handed to us in the first round of the playoffs? You know what I'm saying? So let's try to keep some things in perspective. And even though, like I said, it will be fun to win the division, as long as we get out of the first round of the playoffs, get to the second, get to that AFC championship, that's all I'm really worried about as a fan. And I think that's all you should be worried about as a fan too. But hey, I'm not here to preach. I'm not here to tell you what to think, baby. It's all up to you. But that's all I got for you guys today. What do you think? Let me know down in the comment section down below, and let's talk Browns football. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Go subscribe to the video, share it with your friends, and hit that thumbs up because I would really appreciate it. Other than that, that's all I got for you guys today. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.